Good day, spiritual artists. This is CJ Miller, your host of the Spiritual Artist Podcast and author of The Spiritual Artist. And we are continuing on in our reading, scribbling, journaling journey. So I hope that you are enjoying writing and scribbling in your pages. Remember, there is no wrong in the creative act. And we haven't even gotten to the first chapter yet, but I want to talk to you about the introduction. So today I'm going to read to you the introduction to The Spiritual Artist. What if I told you that all you need to be a great artist, you already have? What if I told you that you don't need any more skills or experience to be talented? How would you process that? Because it is true. The truth is you are already an artist. You're already part of this spiritual intelligence that surrounds us. It runs through you and everyone you know. It courses through your veins as well as the material found within earth, rock, and plant life. Believe it or not, being an artist isn't about learning new skills. While it's nice to expand your toolbox, being an artist is about letting you shine through, letting spiritual intelligence flow through you as you. This book isn't going to teach specific brush skills or the proper medium to use, but it will explain how to let you be you and create as a spiritual artist. After all, that's what we do. We create. I've spent a lifetime trying to prove that I have value and worth. Early in my life, I set ambitious goals, going to the gym, growing an entrepreneurial business, and committing to becoming an artist. But along the way, I slowly learned the truth. My value and worth are not something that I have to prove. I am, as you are, already worthy. You are an individual, one of a kind manifestation of spiritual intelligence. We all are. There never will be another as uniquely you as you. Being an artist isn't about proving yourself to others or demonstrating a hard-achieved skill. It's about expressing you as you in pure essence. So whether you're painting an 8-foot canvas with expensive oils or assembling toilet paper rolls into a three-dimensional sculpture, if you're intentional and letting your unique creative DNA shine through, then you're an artist. Now the big question, are you ready to let yourself be an artist, a dedicated spiritual artist? The following book presents vital concepts that remind us how to practice being a spiritual artist. They're concepts that I've gathered over the years in my sometimes anxiety-ridden, hard-fought battle to prove myself. But the ironic truth is that the best ideas only came after I stopped struggling. I encourage you to keep this practical guide for a spiritual artist in your studio and randomly read a chapter before starting the creative process. Each section will inspire you to open that door to your inner artist. This book can be read from beginning to end or by flipping to any of the chapters. The good news is to remember that you are already complete and whole, and as an individualized creative expression of spiritual intelligence, a co-creator in physical form. You are an artist by design. Your one-of-a-kind essence is undeniable. Now let's explore how to become a spiritual artist and let your unique nature shine forth. And how do you do that? Practice. Use this book to practice being a spiritual artist every day. Please welcome the spiritual artist within. All right. What did I mean by this chapter? Well, I wanted you to realize, kind of an introduction to the whole concept of the book, is that everybody, each one of us, has already inside of us the seed of greatness. Did you hear that? Each one of us already has the seed of greatness inside of us. And it's just our job to let it out. We talked yesterday about realizing what is your gift. And today I'm talking about you need to let it out. But you also need to acknowledge that there's nowhere to get, there's nowhere to go, there's nowhere to be. It's right now in the present. You are perfect. Now, I don't mean perfect like, oh, you have perfect hair or the perfect body. I mean that you're a perfect expression of spirit. You're in a perfect expression of spirit right now today. And so I remind you of that. I remind you of that. Knowing that you are already perfect and that you already have the gift inside, it kind of frees you up, doesn't it? It kind of does, right? You're like, okay, well, I don't really have to prove myself. I'm not making this piece of art to try to say to the world, hey, look at me, I'm an artist. I am already perfect expression of spirit right now. So now I can just play, right? Now I can just play with it. I can just let that me come through. And it doesn't matter. There is no right or wrong. And so if you're right now holding back and saying, well, heck, I hear you, Chris, but toilet paper rolls, that's just not art. Guess what? You're wrong. It is art. It's that consciousness that you bring to it. And if you're consciously connected and you're assembling that art in just the right way, and you think of an expression and you make it come forward in that paper rolls, in those toilet paper rolls, it is a piece of art and it will affect people because it is your creative expression. So we're going to move on. And in this practice, I want you to go out today and just recognize that. Sit down today. And as the day goes on, say, hey, I recognize that I have a gift and I just need to let it out. And it's perfect right now. There's nothing I need to prove. So I thank you for following on the book club with me, my journey through my own book, The Spiritual Artist. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks again for listening to the Spiritual Artist Podcast. Whether you're watching this show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, or iHeartRadio, make sure you choose the subscribe button so that you will receive updates when new segments are released. Most importantly, be still, listen, and know that you are a spiritual artist.